charge cancellation fee.
We are back for our second match of our scrim with Basha. So far, they have banned Dr. Mundo. Now it is Gilbert's turn to do a ban. And
I could do better.
they just banned Samira. Next ban, ban Diego. Now for Gilbert. Ban Nasus. And now it is Bash's turn. Basha will ban. Maybe Smolder. Smolder gave him quite the trouble last game.
You used to be cool.
Echo. They ban Echo. And Gilbert's the last ban of the ban phase. They will get rid of. Who? Alright. Now it is first pick phase. Bash will pick first. Who will they go with? Shen as Bash's first pick. Gilbert is now picking for their first character. Where does Shen go again?
I think Shen's usually going to be in the top lane.
Alright. And so, how will Gilbert respond?
Yes. We always pick support first.
Rel. What is Rel?
Support.
Support. Alright.
He's a relatively new champion. Really tanky. Has a good stun. Can cause some damage, but it's more her stun and her mobility and tankiness that she's able to take damage and protect her. Her support, her ADC.
Tom Kench, so that'll be top lane.
So yeah, Tom Kench is kind of everywhere. Tom Kench can be played support, it can be played as ADC, it can be played top. I think in this case, it's probably going to be played top lane.
I don't know, we could hover over them to look. That's actually useful.
Yeah.
That's a good top.
And yeah, so Tom Kench is, takes a little while.
Yeah.
Crowd control, magic.
So he is definitely like a tankier one.
Alright, so we go with
So this is where it starts to get interesting because Anivia is definitely a mid laner. Gwen is also a top laner. So if you check on here, Gwen is a fighter.
Because you can dash over her wall.
That
I've seen her play top lane though.
yeah, she usually plays top lane. So I'm curious to see where Shen is going to go.
So then
Gwen could also be jungler, actually.
I think so too. So we'll have to see where they decide to put Gilbert does pick Ari, which is definitely mid
Oh
lane.
yeah. Ari is like the base classic mid lane,
Yes,
so it's
definitely.
pretty obvious where she's gonna go.
Yeah, she wouldn't really be effective anywhere else.
yeah.
What did I do?
Smolder. They banned the Smolder because that
Makes sense.
Yeah. That Smolder
Those
last
spark
match.
memes anyway.
Like,
Chimera Smolder is a little gross.
oh yeah, last match it was just dominating.
Yeah, so it makes sense why they would ban Smolder. We played support last game,
I don't know.
but I have to go back and look. But
I can remember like Smolder and that's it. But yeah.
all right, so Basha comes up with a Rakan ban, which is interesting because we already picked support. Rakan's only played support, so
Caitlyn, that's bot lane.
yes,
So
most
we
definitely.
wanted to take the Caitlyn as a third man, essentially.
So Caitlyn's
Alright.
just another obvious, like, you know,
Yeah,
she
she's-
has a spot.
Which, I mean, Misfortune is the iconic ADC. So if they end up going with a Misfortune, that's a really strong choice for that bot lane.
Sometimes it's nice not to go like secluded picks and just do it for the obvious.
Definitely. I think it's because she's one of those that she's really easy to pick up because she's really basic.
Right.
So it looks like they're going to pick Sona for their support. Sona is more of the magic. She's healer, provides buffs for her has different things where like it's more about ally protection and crowd control.
Got
But
it.
definitely more magic. So not necessarily a tanky support. So that'll be an interesting matchup against the Rel, which is most definitely a tanky support.
Sejuani.
That's
the final
jungle
pick. Yep.
for sure.
That's
yes,
definitely
jungle.
jungle.
Sejuani has great mobility. She has great escape and great engage, which is really good for the ganks. While really tanky, it's like this giant, like woolly
Bear,
mammoth
yeah.
almost, with like Sejuani on top of it.
Right.
But yeah, so like that right there, where it says that initiator, that's what makes it Sejuani such a great champion for jungle.
Oh yeah. So some pretty more like known champions for this match.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm still curious to see where that Shen Gwen. I don't know which one's going to be jungle and which one's going to be top. But we'll see how that goes.
And of course, we'll have our 3-minute delay. So we'll be back as soon as that's over. we are. Second match. Both teams setting up right away. Getting vision down, just kind of relaxing a little before the game begins. Gilbert versus Basha. So, yeah. At first, it's the CS phase. You know, you want to get gold and XP by last hitting minions. We already got a little chip from that Tom Kench, and it looks like the Scissor Girl is the...
Gwen
is the jungle, yes. So, yeah, and tried to ambush him in the bush, but gets hit, and they're just trying to poke each other down a little bit. Minions have spawned, so CSing will begin, and yeah. They're just starting with little pokes at each other and their health, you know, trying to probe for weaknesses to exploit to get some possible early kills, but that's not super important. What's super important is getting those last hit on those minions so that way they can level up and get extra gold. So yeah, and so far so good, pretty even exchanges, and yeah, Gilbert a little head, but obviously it's just started a game, that don't really matter, and yeah, we got first dragon in 3 minutes, we got grubs in like 6 minutes, so yeah, just an early game so far.
Yeah, it's important to point of how Gilbert's pushing back, for example, here in the bot lane. Gilbert's pushing Basha back to where it denied him a lot of that CS, denied him some of that experience, which can make it difficult later on. They are playing a little bit aggressive, chunking them down where they can. Sona doing a good job of keeping her ADC alive and healthy as much as she can.
Of course.
Wow, looks like Gwen is handling stuff down in the jungle, so Gilbert having to be a little bit careful that, you know, they don't get a gank early game here as they are pushing up against lane. We don't have any vision really anywhere in the map right now, and Gwen is headed down that river, so that'll be interesting to see as Gilbert pushes. Basha low on mana, so not able to do a whole lot.
Yeah. We can see the lower manas here in the mid lane, but yeah.
Gwen was going down there, but it looks like she decided not to engage.
And Gilbert's bot lane is falling back to base.
Yes, they're gonna go back, buy some items, get healthy again, and come back to lane.
Yeah. If Basha was smart, they would have done the same, so that way they could get their MP back.
I mean, yes, to an extent. However, they're alone in lane. They can farm without any contention. So it's also kind of that, like, give and take. It allows them to catch up a little bit on CS, farm without pressure, knowing that they're gone.
We saw gank try to happen mid lane.
Yeah, Sejuani came down, tried to cause some damage there. Didn't really get very far. And now she has backed. We do have some vision coming in that top lane now. Gilbert having vision in that river.
Especially around the dragon. The dragon's coming.
Yeah, definitely some vision going in around that dragon. Both teams having vision there, trying to prepare. Gwen showing up to the top lane, trying to do a bit of a gank. However, she's one level down on that Tom Kent, so that isn't always going to be Rel being really aggressive here, trying to catch on that misfortune while Sona wasn't
good
there.
Good snipes though.
Yeah.
So we got a sniper and someone to charge him down.
Yes.
So that's a good mix because one could stun,
Exactly.
one could blast.
Especially if Rel's able to stun somebody onto Caitlyn's traps, then they're stunned, and then Caitlyn can definitely execute them.
Indeed. And Gilbert hanging out in the jungle a little bit. We see the Sejuani there, but looks like she's all retreating again.
Yeah,
So-
Dragon is up, so probably both just trying to get healthy, see which team is going to try to go for it first.
Right.
Usually takes so well for anyone to take the first dragon because you would at least want all your team to have hit level 6. Sejuani isn't at level 6 yet, only level 5. Gwen's only a level 4. So it's not necessarily good engage. Misfortune's still a level 4. Caitlyn's a level 5. So the fact that a lot of people don't have their ultimate abilities yet, they're probably not going to engage yet. Rel kind of hiding out in that bush, probably not as patient as she should have been, trying to catch those two out. But
Gwen is on the dragon though. She's looks like she's trying to solo take it.
However, Ari is there trying to catch the Aniva, and we have a bit of an engage there. Aniva does go
Here comes
down.
Gilbert.
And Gwen is gonna try to escape, however,
Nice.
also goes down to that Ari, and Gilbert is going to be able to take out the Shen, and
stun
they'll
lock.
get the dragon.
Very good.
So bot lane on Basha's side doing a good job of just backing off, knowing that that's not a battle that they want to fight. They don't want to feed early, so they're just gonna go back to lane, focus on their CS, and give up that first dragon.
And yeah, the first dragon isn't like super duper important.
Right, exactly.
so-
You don't want to die for it.
Yeah. Useful to have, but definitely not needed in the early game. Gilbert is ahead by 3k gold, and they have 3 kills. And little damage on towers here and there. So that's good. Here come the Gilbert's bot laners trying to catch out someone or two, but Bash's bot lane backs in time, and they are not caught out. So Sejuani is gonna recall again and head back to jungle. And we got some more poking in the top lane. Currently, it looks like when it comes to waves, the Basha top lane is just a little ahead. So you definitely don't want to let the minions pile up, because it'll allow for more tower damage to be done if you can get Tom Kent to back off. And for now, it's pretty normal. We got grubs coming up in about 20 seconds. And
The vision has all essentially timed out. Looks like Gwen is laying down some extra vision on those grubs, but Gilbert knows that they are there. They're pinging that she is there. So Gilbert is collapsing on that area. You've got Ari, Rel, and Sejuani all there. Tom Kench coming down, so we are going to have another engage here. Sejuani got taunted. However, it didn't really cause a whole lot of damage. They're hunting down that Gwen. Being able to take that Gwen out is going to be huge because they don't have a jungler now. And
so they can't smite.
right, there's no smite. It'll be easier for them to focus on those grubs. Bot lane on Basha's side taking advantage of the fact that Caitlyn's by herself. So trying to cause some challenges for her, chunking her down, pushing her off. And it looks like, oh, that was a really good flash on Caitlyn. Otherwise, she would have gone down. Misfortune getting a little aggressive there, but
she takes
diving tower to take that shot and does well. Gets some plates and gets the kill on Caitlyn.
Yeah. So they're going to deal a lot of tower damage, take some plates for sure.
Yeah, which is going to be really good because it's going to help them catch up in the long run.
Yeah. And top lane is ahead in level, just a tiny bit.
Tiny little bit. Tom Kench is causing a little bit more challenges for Shen and is able to take him down.
We see Gwen in the jungle. Junglers, they have their own way of getting golden XP by taking down jungle monsters. So that way they don't have to focus on minions and be exposed to lane.
Yeah, but that's why it's so important that they focus their camps in between ganks and, when possible, taking camps from the opponent. Because then that's your way of denying them that CS, that ability to scale.
Agreed.
So Rel coming back to lane. Gwen looks like she was trying to follow that Rel, but decided to back off. So now
Both bot lanes are back. That Gwen is...
Caitlyn trying to hit that Gwen while she was trying to retreat. I don't think Gwen realized that there was a ward there and that Gilbert knew she was right there. So now we have a 3v3 fight.
They're
Trying...
on the tower, though.
Yes, which is a good job. You know, Misfortune was there to protect Gwen, using some abilities to force Gilbert to back off, and they were able to retreat under tower in safety.
So a lot of Basha backed off, and yeah. So next main objective that's coming up is another dragon, about 45 seconds or so, and other than that, we're back to normal with just CSing lanes, poking
Yeah, it's
down
all about
enemies.
just looking for the next opportunity and preparing for the next objective. And in this case, it's gonna be the next dragon. So Gilbert already putting down vision in that lane, in that river, in front of the dragon pit. Sona getting a little bit caught out there when she was looking for vision. She was able to back off quickly, but was almost in a dangerous situation with that Caitlyn.
Yep, and we got a jungler fight, it looks like.
Yes, they were fighting for Scuttle, and it looks like Gilbert was able to get Scuttle. Now, Scuttle's one of those that it does give CS, it does give experience, it does give some gold.
And vision.
However, it's the vision that you really want, and good job by the Shen coming up to support, and it does take down Sejuani.
They're gonna go for Ari now.
Now, Ari... Oh, so Anivia has this ability where she's able to resurrect, so she was able to take out the Anivia, but now she is in her egg, resurrecting. Tom Kench coming to try to support, is going to take out the Gwen, which is good. Now, this is where I'm not sure if Ari should be overextending. In this particular case, it was a good idea. However, Ari should have just backed off and gone healthy.
Yeah.
That was really, really risky. Oh, great ult by Misfortune. Ro trying to cover some of that damage to protect her ADC. They are still trying to hunt her down. Oh, and the Ro does go down. However, that's sometimes the job of a support. Ari should have backed.
Not so fun.
Yeah, no. Ari was not in a position to stay in lane. She should have gone back and gone healthy. But part of the support job is protecting your ADC. It is much better for you to go down than for your ADC to go down. Sejuani does come down, help support, takes out the Misfortune. And now it's just going to push that lane because Dragon is up. So now it's about which team is going to get there first, since both teams had some losses.
Yep. And so we got the bot lanes coming back. We got Tom Kench doing quite well in the top lane. Looks like they switched their characters around a little bit.
So it looks like Gilbert got to Dragon first, and they are focusing that Dragon right now, trying to push, protect a little bit, making sure that Basha doesn't get there. Bottom is trying to get there. They get the Dragon. Gwen did jump in, but unfortunately in a little bit of a dangerous situation here. So not sure if she's going to be able to get out of it. It does look like Rel goes down, but so did the Gwen.
Yeah, and now they're going to get that Misfortune. Very good. So Gilbert won that by taking Dragon and getting a couple of kills. So now they have 2 dragons, 10 kills, to 5 dragons, no kills. They're adding gold. So overall, Gilbert is doing better. And so Basha's got to be careful not to let Gilbert run away with that sort of lead.
Absolutely.
And,
Because most of the lanes are ahead, like Tom Kench is ahead by 2 whole levels from that Shen, which will create some challenges for Shen. Sejuani's ahead. Anivia is the one that's ahead from the Ari by a little bit, and the bot lane seems to be pretty even. So I think top lane's the only one that there's a big discrepancy. So this game is far from being over.
Agreed. And next objective that's going to be up is the Rift Herald in about 35 seconds or so. Rift Herald, you take him and then you can summon him on a lane. He charges towards the tower, deals a lot of damage. And it's definitely a useful guy to have. And another kill for Gilbert, mid lane, so that's very good. And it looks like that Ari is moving down the river just a little bit, probably to help set up around the Rift Herald, so that way they could take that and get that. But now she's back to mid lane. Looks like she's going to do a little bit of tower damage.
Well, Gilbert is up there. The fact that the Rel is pathing up for that objective tells you that Gilbert's probably trying to take her, at least trying to get vision. One of support's jobs is to make sure that you have vision around the map, vision for your objective. So that is going to require support from pathing around the map sometimes to help provide that vision. And it does look like she is helping to take out Rift Herald with Sejuani.
Yep. So it's Caitlyn alone in the bot lane again. She's got to be careful.
Yeah, but she's doing a good job at holding them off when she's by herself, and Gilbert now has Rift Herald.
Yep. And it looks like they're going to...
A quick gank while they're there in the top lane.
Yep, very helpful. 12 kills to 5.
And Misfortune again, getting in a difficult situation. And that's why Misfortune is so good. Even if you don't play her very often, her ult is just so impactful in those scenarios.
It's got a wide area.
Yes,
lots of
it's hard.
damage.
It's hard to escape it. It is very, very hard to escape it.
Died under tower. That's unfortunate. That means
Yeah.
you can't take
So
it out.
Ari's gonna have to be careful and get out of there because Gwen's gonna try to get, and she does have a little bit of speed on her. So I don't know if Ari's gonna be able to escape from this. She is trying to find a path. Sejuani is there, but she got there a little bit late. The Shen was already there to help support.
So she makes
So
the
those
wise
are the
decision.
situations that they have to be careful. Ari is starting to get a tiny little bit, I mean, I wouldn't say behind because she's ahead by CS. She's on head on kills, but she just needs to be careful to not feed that Anivia.
So, nice snipe.
Yeah.
Caitlyn is a lot of skill shots. But
Yes,
if
she
you can
is.
land them, it's a lot of damage.
She does an insane amount of damage. However, her damage can get blocked, and it was slightly off screen, so you couldn't fully see it. But Sona was able to step in front of that sniper shot and take the damage, because that would have killed Misfortune if she would have been hit by it. So you can jump in front of it and protect your teammates from it.
Yep.
All right, looks like we're trying to get this Gwen. Ari does use her charm.
Vengeance
So it's
Gwen.
Sejuani is able to go in. Anivia tried to come down and support a little bit. Shen is in the mid lane, so Ari's going to have to be careful.
But we got a couple of
Rel is there as well, so we might have another team fight
don't go under
here.
the tower.
However, we are under tower, and that's...
Not what you wanted to do.
It's so frustrating because I understand it as a player when you're just like, oh my gosh, they're half-life. Like, I know that I can take them out, but you have to be so careful with the damage that you're taking from that tower.
Yeah, that tower does insane amount of... Ooh, I did not notice the next dragon.
Yeah, Dragon is up now, and looks like Gilbert has summoned that Rift Herald, and Nivea used her wall to block it. Gilbert trying to still get that Rift Herald and is going to get a charge off to take out that mid tower. Possibly, there we go.
So
Still has
charging
enough
down.
life. They're going to try to charge him again to hit the
Ooh,
next
that
tower.
wall is
Yeah,
really
and Nivea's
useful.
wall is really good because it's preventing Rift Herald from like doing much. So they didn't get any massive charges from it, but it definitely created a distraction. Gwen is now trying to take that dragon, and the rest of Basha is there. Not sure if we're gonna have a
Gilbert
team
is
fight.
getting all down there. Ooh, they stole the
When
ocean.
Sejuani steals the dragon, they end up stopping Misfortune's ult. I saw it go off, and then she died very quickly, so they were able to stop it. And nice sniper shot from Caitlyn taking out that Gwen.
So Gilbert is going to back so they can replenish, get gold, all that kind
Yes,
of stuff.
because now we have Baron. That's coming up in 45 seconds. Not sure if they'll choose to go for Baron right away, but they're strong enough and far enough ahead that they could, and then use that Baron buff to push.
Yep. It's hilarious how much vision they have around the dragon. There's like four Gilbert wards, 3 Basha
Yes,
wards.
and that's how it should be. Any good competitive team is going to focus on vision. Vision can like make it or break it for you. You can be ahead, and if you have 0 vision, like you're just asking for situations to happen that
You
don't
get
go in your
caught out,
favor. Yeah.
But Gilbert is on the scorecard so far winning. The score sheet shows it. But like I said last time, you could come down to them attacking Nexus, but you come back, take them all out quickly, and push down the lane late game where it takes them all too long to respawn, and you could win from that, but it ain't over. So it ain't over till it's over. And ooh, that Gwen is here to take out. Failed gank, and our Ari managed to get away. Thank goodness. Gotta watch out. You're a little under leveled there. And it looks like Gilbert is going to Baron, so they're gonna be. You gotta be careful. Play some vision around. Looks like they're going to fight that Gwen while she was trying to back, and just try to get her to run. Ooh, they charmed her, got her to run back, and boom, Gwen is down. So that prevents the smite from helping Basha steal the Baron, and so it doesn't look like they're gonna capitalize it on it though. And Gilbert does lose a turret to the Misfortune, taking it out. So they get an objective bounty for that, some extra gold to help them. And yeah, so thought Gilbert was going to go for Baron, but looks like they backed off and decided to wait a little bit. So,
And that's really showing a lot of growth on Gilbert's side. You, as a team, you have to realize when it's the right time to go for objectives and when it's not. Because when you push objectives, when your team isn't ready or the right situations aren't lined up for it, it can actually like completely backfire and take the game in a completely different direction. So it's really good that they're showing that maturity and that patience in waiting for the right opportunities.
Agreed. But it looks like they are now fighting in the Basha's lower jungle, or right side jungle, however we want to fight it. So this is a team fight. There's a Misfortune ult doing a ton of damage to everything. Ooh, that's one, that's two, Basha down, one Gilbert down, another Gilbert down. Watch out, don't let that egg resurrect. And the egg does not resurrect, very good. So 4 of the Bashians down, and that jungler taking a lot of damage under tower, not wise, but oh well. So yeah. So Gilbert loses a couple guys on their side, Basha loses 4, middle lane takes a tower, and yeah, so Gilbert's ahead, 20 to 9. My bad. 20 to 9, and the kills ahead in gold by a bit. They got 3 dragons. Next dragon's coming in 50 seconds, and yeah, we are doing well. Yay.
Gilbert's got a bunch of bounties going on. Tom Kench and Misfortune. Oh my gosh, not Misfortune, Sejuani. Oh my
Sejuani,
gosh,
I
they
know.
both have huge bounties, 400 and 500 gold. Caitlyn does have a 350 gold. That mid tower does go down, which is good because the gold goes to Misfortune, which I'm sure she needs it. However, she was so low, so it was a little bit of an overextension. Not sure if it was really worth dying for.
The jump in the Gwen.
And the Gwen gets caught out. So the problem right now is that Basha was all spread out, and that, you know, those 4v1s are never going to go in your favor. And once again, looks like Anivia gets caught out. Caitlyn tried to use her ult, but was not able to get it off in time.
Oh well. Our Tom Kench still very high levels, and now Gilbert is fighting the dragon. So
Getting some good hits on that tower.
careful.
Yeah, at this point the Tom Kench is so tanky, and Gilbert took the next dragon. Just
4 dragons pretty quickly.
We got soul. And that I believe is a cloud soul? Ocean soul.
What is an ocean soul?
I
do?
will have to look up what ocean soul does. Let me see. I never remember what they all do.
This is a very detail-heavy game. Oh boy. Looks like we got a 2v2 in the top lane.
So Ocean Soul will deal damage to enemies and it heals for 160. From what I saw
Nice.
first.
Very
So yeah, Ocean Soul grants champions health restoration over 4 seconds when they damage enemies.
Oh,
So
that's
when they cause damage, it heals you. So
Got
yeah,
it.
it's a great buff to have.
Uh-oh.
So Sejuani is really low. Rel is there to support. Gwen tries to go in, but unfortunately isn't able to do much. Caitlyn's able to get out of that little engage in that mid lane.
Yep.
While Ari is focusing that bot tower, Tom Kench took out a top tower. So right now, Gilbert's in a position where they're able to split push, which makes it a lot harder for Basha to protect.
It's another kill on Gilbert's 26 to 9 kills.
Yeah, so this is one of those points where the game does feel like it starts to snowball, and it makes it hard for the losing team to be able to recuperate. You've really got to wait for a team fight or some sort of objective fight to try to find an opening to get back in.
Agreed.
But right now, it looks like Gilbert is focusing on pushing both the top and the mid lane. While they might
Nope,
be,
they're backing.
They're backing. So they might be getting healthy for Baron. We'll have to see what they decide on.
Oh, one of them gets interrupted, so here comes Caitlyn to help. Tom Kench.
Oh, that was a really good stun. And yep, that's why Caitlyn can be kind of crazy when she's played alongside these champions that cause stuns and slows and charms, because it stops them.
Right, because
It allows the Caitlyn to take aim.
She's a sniper, so if she hits her shots,
Right. And it causes an insane amount of damage.
oh yeah, crazy amounts of damage.
Without the support of her teammates to be able to do those stuns, she wouldn't be as effective. But that's why those team comps are so important in this game. That it's not just about what you can do as an individual, but it's about what you can do as a team.
Agreed. And so let's see, we got one back in the base, everyone else out there. Looks like that Ice Phoenix is gonna get jumped a little.
Oh, and they are right there by the egg. If you do take out that egg before a Phoenix finishes resurrecting, it does.
It doesn't resurrect.
Yes, it doesn't come back to life if you kill the egg.
Yeah, and lots of pings going on in the bot lane for Gilbert. Looks like they might be able to close them between
Yep,
two and
collapse
two.
into that middle of part of the jungle. So we'll have to see if that's what they decide on. Still focusing the bot tower. Basha trying to just stop the hemorrhaging, essentially. We've got some in the jungle that got caught out. And we have a little bit of a team fight here. Misfortune with that ult.
You almost got that Ari.
Yes, but again, so her ult is really strong. However, you can sidestep it.
Yeah.
And when you have the mobility like Ari, it makes it easier to be able to get out of it. Gilbert doing a good job pushing them back, being able to take that tower. Sejuani is so tanky. She's just tanking the tower, like hardly causing any damage whatsoever to that Sejuani. Still pushing them back as they are coming out of the well while the rest of the team focuses on those towers. They do have grubs as well.
Nice.
And they get another ace as the team takes out that last tower and they
They're on the
melt
Nexus.
away the Nexus.
Very good. So
So game 2 does go to Gilbert. And
yeah, we're
thank
good.
you for joining us for our scrimmage for today. We will be back tomorrow with our Marvel Rivals game. At 4 o'clock, we will be playing. And I got logged out, so I can't see who we're playing. But come back tomorrow, 4 o'clock, for Marvel Rivals, and Wednesday.